Do not be afraid. Christ is here.
very much, man. Otherwise, two. Two, three, one more. Nice, thank you. How much did you help? A little bit? Nice. You good? Three more?
Three Let's stop. Back. Come on.
Thank you very much for that. Oh boys, just got back from the gym. It was a good session. That guy, really nice guy, super strong. I started speaking to him initially because he was benching the 50s on incline, like 50 kg on each hand. And I was like, wow, this guy's very strong. I've seen him do 60 kg as well, flat. So I asked him, I said, brother, what are you doing to get so strong? Because he doesn't look that big. I'm bigger than him. And I was asking him, I said, what are you doing? And he was explaining this type of progressive overload he does, where he will have somebody be with him, train until failure, and go beyond that, go beyond their limits by having somebody else assist the movements. So if you can normally get 120 for one, or let's say 100 kg, you can say I could get 100 kg for 3 right now. He would be with me, having his hand on, so I get 7. But the overall load is reduced to maybe 95 kg because he's holding on to it. Barely touching it, but holding on enough that it guides. That's essentially what he said he did. And then once he got there, he just maintained. That makes sense to me. So yeah, he was helping me out the session. Really nice guy from Iran. Never met anyone else from Iran before, so nice guy. Good representative for the Iranian people. Bit touchy, you know, but aside from that, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy with the touching. Just British people don't, not that intimate, you know. So anyway, yeah, really nice guy. Very much like him. Right now we're back. We've done the bench. We did some, I don't know if I recorded it or not. I don't think I did. I also did some guillotine press. Sorry about not recording that, if I didn't record it. I don't think I did. And then I did some tricep dips, like as a superset. What we're gonna do now is just a bit of movement practice because, boys, as you know, I do fight. Whether I'm that good at fighting is another question. I mean, I'm definitely better at some components than others, but am I really a natural born fighter? Would I say yes? I would say that I have always gotten into fights. I've never backed down from a fight before, never even once. But before I started training, did I ever win any fights? Not really. I've been in many fights, boys. I've lost many fights. I've lost more than I've ever won when it comes to fighting, but I've never backed down. Because even though I don't win all the time, I find backing down to be soul crushing almost, if that makes sense. And so to me, I wanted to put a lot of focus into becoming a better fighter, becoming a better man, really. To be honest, isn't that what we all want? You know, to be better men. And so, a part of that involves this stretching. Okay, that's why I've changed clothes as well, so I can be a bit more comfortable as I do it. Because, boys, you may think, what's stretching got to do with being a man? Well, boys, if you've never done a dedicated stretching routine, or you've never approached stretching with the goal of becoming more flexible, you may not understand the similarities between stretching and the rest of your life. But boys, they are so transferable. Do you think I woke up and I was naturally able to come down like this, sit back like this, absolute flexibility to put my arms down to the ground, to stand up like this with my head behind, with my back straight, to be able to have my feet together, my knees pointing forwards, and still come down into a complete squat? Do you think this is something I was born with the ability to do? No, I wasn't. Stretching is something I had to dedicate time to. It's something that was painful. If I'm standing here now and I'm doing this, downward facing dog pose, do you think this is comfortable for me? Do you think I'm sitting here saying to myself, Jeff, I can't wait until I can go home later and do some downward facing dog? Fuck no. Okay, fuck no, of course not. Of course it's not comfortable. But boys, stretching carries across to life. You're doing this, you're stretching like this right now, and it may not be the most fun thing, but I know that one day, I'll show you where I'm at right now. Okay, so here I am. Let me see, can you boys see this? Down face dog. Look where my heels are. Let me just check and actually see the floor first. Let me check. Yeah, you can see the floor. Okay. Let me show you this then. So, look where my heels are. See them? Lift my hands forward. There we go. All right. My heels, boys, are not. I can, if I really push them, they can just about not touch the floor. Okay? To do that, to achieve that, I'm gonna have to try really, really hard. Watch. There we go. Now I'm gonna hold it. Boys, this is not comfortable. I don't enjoy doing this. Look at it, boys. Okay, I know you're thinking, Jeff, you sound crazy. You look crazy. What the heck's going on with this stretching business? Boys, look. As I was saying at the beginning of this long talk, stretching carries across to the rest of your life. Sometimes life can be painful. Sometimes in life you have to do things you don't want to do. Maybe you don't enjoy your job. Maybe the job is a means to an end. And that end is supporting your family, or surviving, or getting a progression to another place in your career. You need to overcome certain things in life in order to reach that goal. Stretching is the exact same. You cannot wake up one morning and just do the splits. If you can, well done, okay? But I guess that's the life equivalency to being born a billionaire. But if you are a normal person and you want to achieve flexibility when it comes to stretching, you need to do it. There's no other way. You can't become more flexible by sitting down watching movies. You can't become more flexible by fighting. You can't become more flexible by going to the gym. You can, actually, during all of those things, but you need to put a dedicated time to stretching. You need to stretch whilst you're watching the TV. You need to stretch prior and post fighting. You need to stretch during your workouts, okay? That's the only way you're going to increase flexibility. And boys, in doing so, you will be teaching yourself patience. When you are sitting there for 20 minutes in downward facing dog, your shoulders are burning, your knees are burning, your butt's burning, your ankles are burning, all with the intention that you are going to get those heels to the ground by the end of this session, no matter what, okay? That will teach you perseverance. And perseverance is beautiful. The suffering is beautiful. Okay, I don't stretch because I enjoy it. I don't stretch because I enjoy it at all. Stretching is the least favorite part of fighting and weight training. If it was possible for me to wake up and never have to do it, I would never, ever, ever, ever do it, but I can't, boys. You have to stretch. And then I go to the gym. I've seen many people, twice last week this happened. I was at the gym and this girl, this powerlifting woman, came up to me and said, "Hello, nice to meet you. I've seen you doing some stretching for your back and for your hips." And I was just wondering, what is it that you do because you're so flexible? That's what she said to me. And then I had another guy. This guy wasn't a powerlifter. What was he doing? Olympic weightlifting. He was from India, and I know his name. I'm not going to say his name, but I can't remember the girl's name. I forgot, something like Megan or something. But the Indian guy was a weightlifter, like Olympic weightlifting is what he does. And he was saying to me, "Mate, I've just seen you doing this insane stretch. The stretch, boys, was this one, where you lay backwards." Give me a second, I'm going through. I still haven't gone through. Let me try it one more time. There we go. Finally gone through. So you lay backwards like this, and you twist the knees over the opposing sides, basically. This one. Which I apparently need to practice. There we go, like that. Just like this. He saw me doing that basically, and he said to me, he said, "Jeff," wait, he didn't know my name at that point, but he said, "Mate, look, you're clearly very flexible. How did you get to be so flexible? I've seen you doing all these crazy stretches. You know, you can move your body in some cool ways. I want to learn to do it." And I said, "Bucko, I've just seen you, what were you doing, this snatch? I've just seen you do a snatch with 80, 90 kilograms. How did you do that? And he said, well, just through weight training. He said, I was just training every day, taking 2 days off a week and training all the time, consistently, and just increasing my weight over time. I said, brother, that's it. You've just answered your own secret. Apply that to stretching and you'll see the results. Apply the career progression that you're going for, apply that to your stretching. Apply the weight training progression, apply that to your stretching. The fighting, you have to do lessons in fighting. You don't just wake up one morning and you're a fluid, brilliant, competent fighter. You have to train it. It's the same with stretching. All right, stretching to me is beautiful. It opens me up. It makes me more fluid. It makes me happier. It makes me feel a bit like a wave, because you wake up sometimes, and everyone will know this feeling. I get this all the time. You wake up and you feel sore. Do you know what I'm saying? You wake up and you feel very, very, very sore. Well, when you stretch, it almost, for me at least, makes me feel a bit more fluid. You know, a bit more like I'm not about to snap if I fall down. Because when I wake up some mornings, boys, and I'm not joking, it's as if my body is a brittle straw. It would crumble if any pressure was put on top of it. But then after 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, of a nice yoga flow, or a bit of dynamic stretching, I feel so good. I can't even describe it to you. So I've managed to get those heels to the ground yet. And this is what I mean by stretching, boys. You can see how I'm actively stretching right now. And yet, I'm still not at the point where I can put my heel to the ground during the downward facing dog. That sort of flexibility is absolutely necessary. I don't like this position, doing it on a hard surface like this. It's not very good on the knee. That's it. I'll do the other side though. Might as well whilst we're here. But that makes me cringe so much. Yeah. Makes you feel unstable because I'm trying not to put too much pressure on that knee. Putting it on a wooden floor like this, right in that bit where the synovial fluid sits, ugh, makes me cringe even. Yeah, I don't do that. Feels too icky, boys, and I had problems with my knees historically. To me, that's just totally not even worth it, you know? What am I gonna gain from doing that right now? There's 1,000 other stretches I could do that offer the same results. Although that one, I do enjoy it because to me it feels like it opens up this front part of my quads, like right on the hip, more than almost any other stretch you can possibly do. I very much enjoy it, boys. All right, I'm hoping soon and that my downward facing dog will be better. My heels can be flat on the floor now. It's also worth mentioning, boys, I haven't actually even done any calf specific stretches. And the calf's the limiting factor right now. It's not my hip flexibility, is it, that stopped me from getting the heels to the ground. It's my flipping calves. I haven't even stretched them. But let me try now, because I'm feeling a little more flexible. And if I can do it, then I'll end the video. Oh boys, look at this. Let me back off so you can definitely see it. Oh, come on, so close. Oh, that's it. Nice, so. Boys, another good thing about stretching is you can learn a lot about your body. Right now, for example, watch this. So, 2 feet on the ground, I can barely get my heels to the ground. There we go. But only 1 foot, I can now get one heel to the ground perfectly. See that? Same with the other foot. 1 foot at a time. Get that to the ground perfectly. I just love stretching, boys. Like I know I said earlier that I don't like it, and I guess that's because it is painful, and it isn't as rewarding as weightlifting because you don't get the muscles, and it isn't as rewarding as fighting because you don't get the confidence and you don't get the competence in a new sport. But stretching itself is a brilliant way to gain functional strength. It's a brilliant way to enhance any sport you do. Especially if you do weightlifting or fighting as I do. Both of those things I would highly recommend, if you do, to incorporate stretching within them. It is only going to offer you benefits, boys. Anyway, I don't know how much longer I was planning on doing this for, but to be honest, I feel pretty good now. It was a good session in the gym. I've been driving all weekend, so having this little bit of stretching now dedicated to the legs and the hips. I don't know if you can tell, that's what I was focusing on. But having this time now has felt really good. Like I feel as though my body's opening up again, which is a great feeling for me, okay? So I'm gonna end the video, all right? I'm not gonna do any more weightlifting tonight. So that'll be the end of it. Oh, nice. Just stretching my hips right now. All right, boys. Thank you very much for watching. I know the stretching is always a weird thing to record and to watch, you know, it's not like every day you see somebody doing this shit on YouTube. But it's part of training, boys. All right, it's part of training. So let me get these heels to the ground one more time. There we go, you boys seeing this shit? Heels grounded. And it hurts a little bit less now than it did earlier. Thank you very much for watching, boys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hasta mañana, mis gringos. Adios. Let me walk up there like Conor McGregor. How he went. Looks like a possessed person. All right, boys. See you in a bit. Ciao.